How do you rebuild a 1997 KX250 shock? That's what we're doing today. Yes, I still got the neck brace on, but we are ready to rock and roll as far as actually getting some work done. I feel good about that. That makes me real happy. I just can't lift anything over 10 pounds is the goal, so that does not weigh 10 pounds, so we're good to go. This thing is disgusting, as you might imagine. This video is going to be us taking this apart, determining what we need, ordering those parts, and then getting those parts in, rebuilding it, and putting it all together. Right off the bat, we need a bumper, but let's get this thing apart and take a look at what we got inside. Got our brass drift here. Loosen up the collar. Split ring thing here. Take that out. It's all off. Now, I'm gonna take this thing over to the parts washer, do an initial clean on it. We'll go super deep clean on this later, but we'll get the initial clean so we can get a part without getting our hands super gnarly dirty. And since we're working with oily stuff, and I'm not a big glove wearer, I'm gonna use this stuff, this Wrath's PR88. This stuff works pretty good. I should have put it on before I got my hands even a little bit dirty, but it protects your hands from all that oil and stuff and chemicals, and also still gives you a nice tacky feel, which is actually really nice. This stuff's really nice. Zach got this for me, and I'm definitely going to be ordering more. Sometimes people ask me what we run in here. It's just mineral spirits. Back over to the bench. All right, I'm going to reapply because this stuff is like, I think it's water soluble. So when you rinse things off with water, it definitely changes things. So kind of rinses it off. You can actually see how clean my hands are. A testament to how this stuff works is it kind of lets the oil and stuff build up on your hands, and then when you get it wet, it comes off. Take a punch. I'm going to come in here and drive that up. Take our sweet little tusk tool, guys. Now I'm going to take, I call this a spoon pick because it's like a little spoon on the end. I'm going to come in here, we're going to get the circlip free. If you guys haven't seen it before, this is I love this tray. It's a stainless steel thing we had bent up by a local company. So I didn't buy it anywhere. I don't know where you could buy it, but you could have someone bend it up for you and weld it. Pretty sweet though. It's got a bung hole here that goes down into that canister down there to catch all the oil as it runs. Obviously you've got it on just a little bit of a tilt, which is pretty nice. Just lets everything roll downhill. Ease up on this, see if we can't get this to come out. There we go. Let's clean the inside of this. I'm not even gonna bother yet. I'm gonna take bladder out and compression valve out before I even do anything, because this is actually not tusk. This is a DRC tool for the bladder. Schrader valve. Just got a Schrader valve. There we go. This gives you a nice thing to hit on, because this, you can see the threads actually start as like almost like a countersink, and then the thread starts, it allows it to push up tight against the disc. So then when you hit it with a hammer, you're not hitting just the Schrader valve, going to break it. It's actually pushing on the major part of the disc. So take that back off. We use it to pull it back out, but now I'm going to come in here and get Nope. Set that in line there. Now we'll thread this back on. Pull the whole rig out. That actually looks in very, very good shape. Now, compression valve. Looks like that is a 24 millimeter. Okay. Actually looking pretty good. there's more of it in there. Guys, this is where I like to use these. These are snap-on pliers. You can see they've got like 3 different positions, so you can have them come in instead of just here. I'll show you. So just being like this, where you come in and as it hits here, if if it's that size, then they're kind of splayed out like this. You might not get a good grip. Come in like this, get more of a straight end bite. There we go. You want to be careful there, guys. This is steel, so you can usually grab that with pliers and not jack it up. So it's all good. Also, there's O-rings down in there you don't want to grab with the pliers. And I just take this, put it like this to set it over here, out of the way. Now we have this thing completely gutted. We can take brake cleaner and clean the living crap out of there. Everybody's always wanting to see how this goes, so I'm going to show you how this works. 15/16. Come over here to our brake clean. NUTECH, N-U-T-E-C-H. Try to fill it a little over halfway. If you go way over halfway, get it really, really full, you'll end up with, you can't put much air in it, so you don't get much pressure before it runs out of pressure and you got to refill it. So for me, halfway feels about the right amount. I'm just tightening it back down. Quick shout out to Toolbox Widget for those widgets that are all holding my pliers and wrenches. You want some. If you have a big toolbox, you got a lot of tools, go to toolboxwidget.com. There's a link in the description. You can save some money. Dude, amazing stuff. They make these guys. Make these guys for holding sockets. My older ones that I've kept, I'm not going to throw them away because they're just fine. But the Toolbox Widgets ones are nicer, and obviously got the normal widgets. I got these in my van, guys. That are holding stuff in my van as I bounce down the road, and they're doing great. So big fan. So all right, now finish setting this up. We're going to fill it up with air. And I just do line pressure, about 110, 120. Now we got full pressure. Got it chocked up in here. We're going to open up our rebound clicker, make sure that is all the way open so that when we put this thing back together, it can flow oil. 19 mil. Going to get a longer situation. So, there we go. I was a little worried about that. It is spinning the whole shaft. I'm noticing something's pretty jacked up right up there. Not sure what that is, so that's okay. What we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and spin it off of the clevis, and then I'm going to get one of my holders, hold this, and we'll take that off. That is crazy because it's been a while since I've had something like that happen. So you want to be careful. That's your pin for the clicker adjustment, the bypass. So you don't want to lose that. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and just take that out while we can so we don't lose it. Actually, it's not bad. Take this off. We can clean this really good, and we can get some grease down in here so that this won't seize up. Now I'm going to take these soft jaws out. All right, guys. Now we got the right size holder. And now that this is in the steel jaws here and aluminum jaws here, this ain't gonna move. If we look at this, it is jacked up. I don't know what someone did to that, but my guess is there's got to be some thread locker on there too. So we're gonna heat this up. Hopefully this shaft isn't too messed up. Hopefully we can clean all this up and make it work. There we go. They put a boatload of thread locker on there. The nut does not look great. I think we're going to have to get a new one of those. That's all right. We're going to have to buy some other stuff anyway. So All right, now take that seal head off. Take all this off. Now I think what I want to do is I'm gonna get this really, really cleaned up, and we're gonna take some Scotch-Brite, red stuff, and we'll put a crosshatch back in here. Clean it really good too. Make sure this is good. Clean these threads really well. I want to put all this back together with the needle in there too, and reassemble it like a normal shock. And that way this isn't sitting in pieces. So I think that'll be our next project right now. I'm going to take this over the parts washer. I'm not going to bring you guys. I've got some brass brushes and brush these off really good. All right, got those threads cleaned up really good. Now I'm just going to do this to the whole shaft. I had a guy contact me earlier this week asking he had actually kind of accidentally used some green Scotch-Brite on his shock shaft fork tubes. The same, anyway, same idea, right? He's trying to clean up a hydraulic shaft, and he kind of panicked because he did some research and saw that green was more abrasive than red. It's okay. It's not that different, and it's not going to be a problem. So if green's all you have, great. If you're buying some, I'd buy the red, but if you already have green, you don't have red, you can use it. Just, it's not that abrasive. There we go. Our rod, bypass needle, whatever you want to call that thing. And we're going to take the sharp end with the holes in it. We're going to go down this way. There's an O-ring in there. It's a little bit stiff. Blow this out one more time. Our new stuck nuts. Actually, so I can do it to the side. But the new version of the red stuck nuts is good with suspension oil. The older stuff honestly wasn't. It's fine for everything else, but I did notice that in suspension oil sometimes it would come loose. It wasn't the right formulation, but the guys at Stuck Nuts, my superheroes, when I mentioned this, they changed the formulation of the red to the right stuff, so it works great. On like this. There we go. Nice and tight. Take our bumper out of there. All right, now we're going to use our Cool Guy tool. The folks at Race Tech. There we go. Whew. Probably been in there since '97. There we go. It comes right out, but a lot of these things, like I said, been in there a long time. You gotta do a little work. So now I'm gonna go over to our parts department and see if we can find all the things we need. I don't know if we're gonna have it all. So, I'm pretty sure we don't have the bumper, but we'll see. This DROS16 16. Looks like that's it. All right, guys. So it looks like this is the only part I'm gonna have to order. I'm pretty happy about that. Let's reinstall all of the parts into the seal head. These tools are so cool. Just drops back in the other side. Right, bushing in. Seal in. Spacer in. Bumper in. Sweet. So now that is ready to rock and roll. Actually, hold on. Take the back. Got to put the dirt scraper on. Ready to rock. All right, guys. We got the parts we need for the shock. Pretty happy about that. So here we go. New shock bumper. Old cup. Go on. Cap. Take our bullet, put our seal head on. The other thing I did is I was able to clean this up. It's still not perfect, but it's workable, and I actually got a new nut, new lock nut, so we're all good to go. Take some of these top shims off because these are just spacers to make sure that the nut sits right, but I need more thread showing because of how jacked up this thing got. Whoever worked on this last time did a number on it. Put plenty of this on here today. Normally I try not to go too much, but with as messed up as this shaft is, we're gonna go a little extra. There we go. All right, feel really good about that. All right, we're all good to go. Reinstall our compression adjuster. It's good all through the body, but it's kind of leaking up here at the top. Let me show you what we're going to do to help fix that. I'm going to take a little bit of grease. We're going to run it on the inside where that seals. And there we go. Now that's nice and sealed up. We're going to take a little bit of grease around the outside here. I'll take our shock oil. I got to go fill up with shock oil for what I have left in here real fast. A little more shock fluid, a little bit in here. And I'll show you what I'm going for here in just a second. I just want, so that just has enough so that when this goes in, it will push up against it. Snap ring. Up. There we go. We're gonna go in here. Go to about there for now. Should push down past that. Yeah. So now this is kind of sucked down in since I've been pulling up and it's been sucking. So we're going to put a little bit of air in it. Basically right now, guys, I'm just going to bleed this thing upside down like this. It's got this crazy huge port here for bleeding. I don't know if I can make that work with one of the setups I have. So I'm mainly going to just bleed it while it's upside down. Now, it's not the best way, but you can get all the bubbles out. It just takes a really long time to do this. So I'm going to be pumping this thing for a long time, especially with this neck. I can't lift hard and pull, whatever. It's going to take a while, but we're going to get that done, and then we'll put it back together, and we'll get some nitrogen in this thing just here a bit. All right, guys, got it bled, got all the bubbles out. It took probably half hour, so that's a long time. Way easier with the bleed cups. But now we are push that seal head down. We're going to go into that bottom ring down there. So where that goes. There we go. Plastic hammer. I'm going to take this and put 150 psi in it with the nitrogen. Right, guys, ready to rock and roll. Gonna slap the spring back on, set the preload, about 6 turns of preload to start, and then we'll obviously set the seg when the guy gets back on the bike, or he'll set it. I don't know where this guy is actually from, but if he's around here, we'll set it for him. So there you go. Hope you guys learned. Make sure you comment below if you use this to do your own shock or help somebody with the shock. If you learned something, that'd be awesome. I love you guys. We'll see you on the next one.